You've been lied to if you've been told that you can't manage your emotions. This is how we do it. I'm going to teach you how you can learn to manage your emotions so that you can let yourself off the hook for all the times in the past when you lost your shit. Yep, I said it. It's a bad word. First, let's look at why bad words are so important in managing our emotions and healing. So I'm going to tell you a story about a client of mine who was trying to tell me a story about something that was really upsetting to her. And I could tell that she was holding it back. She was holding everything in. She was trying to stay composed and ladylike and all these things that we're supposed to do in this society where we're hiding our crazy and not letting things out. So trapping our emotions. So I asked her, on a scale from 0 to 10, how intense is this feeling that you're having right now? All these emotions that are coming to the surface. And she said, they're at a 10. I feel like I'm going to explode. And I said, perfect. Let it out. Let go of every thought, every bad word, all of it. And she just exploded. She ranted and raved. She let it all out. She dropped her F-bombs. She said all the things that were coming to the surface until she took that big, deep breath. And that relief just washed over her. And I just smiled and I said, on a scale of 0 to 10, how intense is this feeling right now? And she thought about it. She said, it's a 2. And I said, yeah, that is the power of bad words. When it comes to managing our emotions, sometimes we just need to be able to say a bad word. There's a time and a place, right? They need to be strategically placed. We're not just going to walk around like throwing out bad words left and right. But in the right space, allow yourself to say those bad words. When you do, the brain is waking up going, oh, what's going on? This isn't like them. This is different. There's something to pay attention to in this moment. And that's really what we're looking for. When we're going to be managing our emotions, we want our whole mind-body system to pay attention because I'm about to release this and I don't want to hold on to any of it. I want to let all of it go. So first, really understand it's so important to let what's coming up come up and out, which leads me to my second point. Emotions are just energy in motion. There's no good, there's no bad. They're all here as a gift. They just are. One of my favorite books is called The Tao of Pooh, and it talks about how Piglet is always frantic and worried and running around, and Rabbit's doing his thing and his OCD, and there's Eeyore who's always moping around. Everybody has their thing, but Winnie the Pooh just is. And that's just like our emotions. Our emotions are coming to the surface to be felt. That's a beautiful thing about being a human on planet Earth is we have emotions that we get to feel. Some of them kind of suck. They don't feel so good. They're at the bottom of this energetic scale, this emotional scale. And some of them are at the top, that love, that joy. That's what we're striving for in any given moment is to feel those good emotions. No matter what they are, they're ours. Your emotions belong to you and you get to feel them here in this life. So how do we actually manage these emotions as they're coming up? We can't drop F-bombs whenever we feel like it. We just can't run around causing a commotion. So what do? That's what we're going to dive into now. Number 1, figure out what you're feeling and name it. You can even ask yourself, am I feeling mad? Am I feeling angry? Is it frustrated? I remember when I was dealing with some emotions that were coming up for me and I didn't know what they were. So I started asking myself all these questions and I finally got to the word, am I disappointed? And everything in my body said yes. And I said, okay, I can work with disappointed. So once you know the name of it, it's taking this abstract feeling out of the space around you, putting it before you, and you can say, okay, I know what this is called. I have a label for it. Now I know that I can do something about it. So for me, it was disappointed. And I could look at all those things in my life that were disappointing me, all those reasons I was feeling disappointed. So now I've got this feeling here. I've given it a name. The next step is to just accept the feeling. Again, it's not good or bad, right or wrong. And a really easy way to allow yourself to accept that feeling is to tell yourself, even though I'm feeling this way, I still love me. So even though I'm feeling disappointed, even though I'm feeling disappointed with this person and that person, even though I'm feeling disappointed with myself, with the work that I'm doing, with whatever it is, even though I'm feeling this thing called disappointed, I'm okay. I still love me. There are other people who love me. I'm still a good person, and I can accept myself for just having this emotion. It's come up to the surface. I've given it a name. Okay. I can love me because it doesn't define who I am, which leads me to step number 3. Accept yourself for having these feelings and don't let it define who you are. Even the worst of emotions, revengeful kinds of thoughts and emotions, don't define who you are. It's just a feeling that's coming up for you. So allow yourself to look at it, give it a name, define it, but don't let it define you. Again, it's just energy in motion. It's meant to flow through you. Step number 4, let that feeling out appropriately. So we're going to have our appropriately timed F-bombs or other bad words. Sometimes it might mean singing in the car. I know when I'm having a hard time and emotions are flying high, I love to get in the car and sing as loudly as I can. And I even have a playlist that is specifically for singing loud. All of those songs about you did this and I'm gonna do that, and all those ones that make me feel powerful when I'm otherwise feeling powerless. I have that set aside specifically for those times when my emotions are bubbling over and I just need to let it out, and I will sing until my voice is no longer there and I'm going and taking that deep breath. For you, it might be punching something appropriately. You might be punching a pillow. Maybe you want to go to the boxing gym and just get out all of that energy, or going on a treadmill and running until you're exhausted. Some people like to play video games where they're punching zombies. I know for my son, I'm sitting on my bed one night and he comes up and sheepishly knocks on the door. And I said, "What's up, buddy?" He says, "Mom, I have to tell you something. I was punching zombies and I punched the TV and I didn't mean to do it, but the TV's broken." And I just started laughing. I thought it was so funny. It was kind of a bummer that we had to buy a new TV, but he was managing his emotions. He knew he needed to move his body and get that energy out. And it just so happened when he punched a zombie, he was actually punching the TV. But that might be something that works for you. I remember when my children were younger, I wanted to transform our closet that had all of our games and movies in it into our bad room closet or our cuss closet, where when somebody was feeling angry, instead of yelling at the other person, yelling at their siblings, they could go into the closet and scream and yell and pound on the walls as much as they wanted until they were allowing those emotions to move through them. And again, you know when those emotions have moved through because you take that big deep breath, that and you're just feeling exhausted. So after you've let out that feeling appropriately, last, just acknowledge yourself for the job that you did that was well done. Give yourself that pat on the back saying, "Hey, I did this. I was able to feel what I was feeling. I was able to look at it. I was able to give it a name. I was able to find a way to let it out appropriately. I was able to let it move through me. I'm able to just be, knowing that my emotions don't define me. I did a really good frigging job," and pat yourself on the back, knowing that you can continue to do this throughout your life. Find those spaces where you can manage those emotions, identify them, manage them, let yourself off the hook, and it'll help you let other people off the hook too when they're having their bad moments. You'll understand that it's just them feeling their emotions, moving through them, that these emotions just need to be expressed. That's why we get to have them, so that they can move through us. Whether it's good, bad, or whatever, they're yours. Everybody gets to feel them. So just like Winnie the Pooh, find ways in your life where you can just be, whether you're in a piglet moment, running around frantic, or you're having a rabbit moment where OCD and everything needs to be in its right place. Allow yourself to move through those emotions to get back to that Winnie the Pooh space of just being. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts about how you manage your emotions, how you identify them. If you have any tricks or tips to share with everybody else watching, love to hear from you. And if you like this video, watch the next one, how to identify and manage your emotions. Here it is. It's on its way. Click it, click it, click it.